how to measure using your tape rule. So here I have my tape rule, and I've already explained how to read a tape rule before. So you're actually going to be using the centimeters. All right, so mine has two sides, and most of the time everybody's one has two sides. So the inches is like this, and then the centimeters has a lot more lines there. So how you measure, especially when you're measuring, you measure from the start of your tape, and you use that will be your zero up to where you want to measure. So for example, I want to measure a length of 13 centimeters. I would measure from where this is, and I'm going to stop here. Now, most of the time when you're measuring on your body, you don't know the exact measurement. So you just place this tape wherever you want to start from, and you will just stop wherever. For example, you're measuring from shoulder to bust. So let me just use my mini mannequin to sort of show you that. Alright, so this is the mannequin, and I am actually just going to show you. So ignore the dirt that's been stored somewhere. So I want to measure the bust. You are going to measure around, coming around, making sure to measure that accurately, and like that. So wherever that stops is where you are going to stop measuring. I hope that is clear enough. So wherever that stops, so for example, you want to measure the length of something, maybe from the shoulders down to the bust. This is where the bust is. All right, so you just measure that, and wherever that stops, so here is about 6.5. all right, measuring to the waist, there'll be an elastic tied here. You stop there, and so on and so forth. So again, for example, you want to measure around something, you just place it around like this, and wherever your tape and the wherever the tape and the metal part of the tape and the other part intersects, that's where you're going to stop. So it's pretty much easy like that. So you're going to tell your client or yourself, if you are taking your own measurements, and you place your hands on your hip like this. So the first thing we're measuring is the armhole. Although you will have taken this measurement while you were measuring for your bodies, it's also good to just take this again to cross-check. So it's important that you actually cross-check your measurements at least twice to make sure you have the correct thing. The next measurement is the bicep. So look at the way I am measuring this around the fullest part of the top arm or bicep area, like just slightly under the armhole area. Make sure this is firm, not too loose, not tight. Then you're going to measure around the elbow as it's bent like that. This is important. Just measure around there like that. The next thing is you're going to measure around the wrist. Make sure your hand is still on your hips like that, and take that measurement pretty snug. Now at this point, I'm just trying to demonstrate that you need to measure from the shoulder point. So you need to make sure that you're measuring from the actual bone there, and you would measure the elbow length with your arm bent still from that shoulder point to the elbow. The next thing is you need to take the arm length, so from your shoulder point to the elbow and down to the wrist. Okay, so note the way the tape looks like. The next thing is you are going to fold your hands like this, and you just measure around the fullest part of that face that you're sort of making, and that is going to be the around hand. So you need that to be able to put your hand through whatever you are wearing. Okay, then the last measurement is your arm length, which is going to be measured straight down, just pretty straight down, nothing fancy, just straight down. And this is also called the jacket sleeve length. This is the length that is very popular, and you can actually take this length as a point of cross-checking your measure.